the Chuck Banks Experience, episode 13. Coming live here, in my basement. I hope everybody can hear me fairly well. Hope I'm not blasting your eardrums out. Just wanted to touch base. Episode 13. What's coming up with Dog Pound Radio, and that side of things. This coming up week, we're going to be fairly busy. Let's see. Tuesday night, we get to bring you live coverage of 4 teams. It's going to be a quad there in Fort Madison, so we're going to be able to bring you live stuff. Hopefully, the new mic up there, it's not not quite so loud and overbearing when it comes to your ears as it was in our tournament, which we're going to get better, man. We're just kind of learning through. Kind of rolling to Thursday, the 12th. It's going to be really exciting because we are going to we're going to be spending some time with it's going to be the very first girls wrestling event by itself, and that's exciting nonetheless. But our varsity Bloodhounds girls are going to be going against Burlington, and that's going to be we're going to bring you that live and in charge, and then Friday the 13th coming up this week. It's crazy. Episode 13 shows up on a week that we're going to see Friday the 13th. You got the big tournaments coming up and that sort of stuff. I did reach out. Hopefully, my sound, I can make it a little better for you. Trying to make sure that that we can hear pretty well there. Anyway, this past weekend, I put out a call. It's not really a definitive need or whatever, but if we want to cover the Bloodhounds like we should, I'm going to have a little bit of help when we look at help. We're talking about sponsorships, and I kind of wanted to just go over a little bit about kind of the background of all this sort of stuff, and podcasting. This month will be the 11th anniversary that I've held some type of a podcast in one way or one shape, form, or another, and it's exciting to be able to bring that to everybody. But podcasting is an expensive genre, especially when you want to look at bringing in some what do you call it? Good quality information, good quality video, that sort of stuff, and we put a little bit of money into it this year. We got a new streaming software. It's called Streamlabs, and when we start getting used to that stuff, man, it's going to take off. It's going to be pretty good. We're able to go on multi platforms, but we're still trying to figure out why we're unable to get on Instagram and TikTok at this point, but we're going to continue to work on that component. Update on my health. I went to my it's not a yearly checkup yet, but it's going to be, right. I went up to my heart doctor, and we got 12 months where I can start binging out there and feeling pretty good about myself, excited about Christmas break, spending time with family, and to be able to do so halfway healthy is amazing. It's extremely amazing to me as I move forward into kind of my new life, man. Prior to my stroke, I was kind of doing things on my own. Now, if it looks like I've gotten a little heavier, the camera does put on. No, seriously, I put on a little bit of weight since Thanksgiving. Gonna start getting into a little bit more rigorous role as far as exercise and things like that. Let's see if this will zoom in from this way. Holy cow, it does, and that's that's pretty doggone cool. That again, still kind of learning the ins and outs of this new system. It's pretty exciting. But Dog Pound Radio, that's what it's my passion to bring Fort Madison sports and activities and the school itself to get it more recognition than it gets. When you look at local coverage, whatever. Okay, Chuck Banks Experience is a whole different entity in and of itself. I do have Stan Schmidt's Turn Two workshop square up there. I am going to give him as much coverage as I can. He's an amazing person. He and his wife Shannon, they run Turn Two workshop. Check them out on Facebook. That's kind of my sole sponsor, with the exception of I did want to share this story. And I former student athlete. I played football for me at Central Lee. Um, Ended up being a part of those big time, two straight playoff appearances, and also being a part of a district championship. Gunther Johnson, he gave us $200, folks, and a lot of people think that kind of thing goes a long way, but it really doesn't in the grand scheme of things. But I do want to throw out that I'm doing everything in my power to be able to bring Fort Madison the recognition, and especially in Southeast Iowa. If you have an event, the Chuck Banks Experience isn't exclusively, um, the school related facet. I just want everyone to know that. And also, but before I go any further, I just want to let everybody know, and especially if you're new to the broadcast channel, my name is Chuck Banks. I'm a teacher and a coach, and I work for Fort Madison. Chuck Banks Experience and the Dog Pound Radio and Coaching Culture and Athletics. It's something that I do on the side. It has nothing to do with the school and that sort of stuff. So it's always important to kind of throw that out there, because hey, yeah, you never know, right? Someone will be saying, man, I can't believe he's representing the school in this facet. Well, it's not exactly that. I am a passionate individual that wants to bring and get the recognition for these kids as much as I possibly can. But I'm also an individual who loves to podcast and is excited about, talking about various components on life. And the Chuck Banks Experience itself is something in relation to, hey, we now have the ability to have, live interviews in various parts of Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, whatever. But it allows me to also bring in some guests and to discuss important topics of the day. Today, December 13th, I kind of, again, I just wanted to get on, and I wanted to share those components. If you didn't know, I'm also an author. I've written 18 books. The most recent book is, it talks about Paul Harvey's speech, If I Were the Devil, and it's kind of my articulate description and investigative aspect as to, that speech that took place back in 1964, what has come to attrition and what is still coming. And that book is live on Amazon. All you got to do is type in, I think it's Mr. Charles Banks, Amazon, and you can take that out. I have copies left of Dog Mentality, the Story of Mediocrity Becoming Elite. I think I have like 20 copies or so of those, and I'm selling them for $10 a piece from now until Christmas, and then the price will bump back up. I've got a few copies of the Midwest Paranormal Road Trip Special Edition. That one, you want to talk about my past and the paranormal, man. That book there details a lot of the different areas and locations that I went to over the years of paranormal investigating and things like that. And then I also have Peering into the Void Special Edition, Peering into the Void 1 and 2. And it kind of talks about my own personal journey when you want to talk about somebody, something goes bump in the night and you're excited about it and you want to investigate it. I would give you the rundown that you probably don't want to do that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Today, Friday the 13th this week, right? But today's date, when we look here, is Sunday, December 8th. This morning started out, I woke up, let Loki out, the Beagles, Leo and Loki. Loki got up, and then I went in to Fort Madison, and I did a little bit of door dashing. And I'll tell you that there was a lot of quality people out there. I do got to give a shout out because I've been door dashing now for a little bit over a year, and people shake their heads. You know, they can't believe that I would do that. Coach Travis Cullen saw me at Dollar General when I was getting one of my 15 orders that I delivered yesterday, and I call that servant leadership, right? Serving the public. So people, they wonder why I do that. Well, I do that so not only can I have some maybe a little bit of extra, especially during Christmas and things like that, or paying off these medical bills, which I'm very close, by the way, which is exciting. But I also do that to pay for the services for Dog Pound. So people can say what they want, but I'm going to work my ass off so these kids get the recognition that they deserve here in Southeast Iowa, and I'm very very passionate about that. Um, I look back at the last 12 months, and it's always important to write it down, detail it, and see what you can do to improve it. But I'm really trying to focus on right now. And I've been doing a plethora of reading different motivational journals and things like that. And I haven't really started writing or finishing one of the books that I already have started over the last few months. I kind of want to get this podcast going, and that's kind of where we're at. But I'm going to try to do more and more on a daily basis so I can help people out there. And it's people like Gunther and that send me those positive messages that kind of keep me going. And again, mentality. Coach Smith says it all the time, man. You got that dog in you today. Are you feeling that dog mentality? Or some of the students they'll poke fun, but they mean well. Um, I would say this year, as a whole, as a teacher, has been one of the toughest years yet in my career, and I've been around a while. When you look at education, 3 different school districts and things like that, and every district has their own things that articulate into the vision of how to foster a good quality education for your students. But this year's been tough because changes, and again, change sucks, but change is necessary. And I'm going to throw that out there. I'm probably as positive as they can come when you look at a teacher, somebody who's passionate about motivating and helping develop the next generation of kids. And to get them to think on their own, to get them to make quality decisions, to get them to learn from mistakes, and experience those things. And a big reason for that is because I had some negative experiences growing up in the educational system. I was called stupid. I was called, I was. It was stated that I would never amount to anything. That was my sixth grade teacher. I don't hate her. At this point, she's long since passed. But at this point in my life, I kind of appreciate that she put her spurs in and kind of punched me in the mouth a little bit, and I was able to be mentored by the likes of the late Russ Miller, the late Ray Miller, Jim Cord, all those guys, and Mrs. Beeler, the late Mrs. Moritz, all those teachers that I had growing up. I was able to foster what I was going to do in my life, and that's kind of where we're at. But again, tough year. I probably overdid it. I probably stepped in too quickly after my heart surgery, but that's the way it is. My dad instilled in me that hey, you need to get up, get your ass moving, and make a difference. And I sure miss that man, Gerald Banks. Sure miss my mom too. But you know, we're hitting here, and we're hitting down the stretch. We got 2 weeks left. As teachers, as coaches, we just have to keep in mind that the kids are just as stressed, and they're feeling that sort of thing too. and we have to be mindful of that. And also, we also have to be mindful of the kids that are going to go on Christmas break that don't necessarily, that school is their everything at this point in their life. Whatever struggles they're hitting in the classroom or out, and we have to be mindful of that as well. It's just crazy. You look at the way things have changed and shifted over the years, especially in education, and where the parent was going to 100% back the teacher no matter what, to where now the teacher is kind of the last person on the totem pole, if that makes any sense. And for my teacher friends it will, but for those out there who are not teachers, it might not resonate. But that's kind of my ticket when I'm looking at the state of education. We have to do better, especially as parents. We have to do better as a community. To have enough grace to help our next generation be the very best that it can be. And if you believe everything you see on social media, okay, education, we're not doing a good job, or there's people out there that are saying that we're teaching a curriculum that we're not teaching. Nothing. It just drives me crazy. But again, that's neither here nor there. Biggest thing that I want you to understand today is this: if people are giving you a hard time, or if they're talking crap behind your back, they don't get it. They don't understand. They're not the ones that are out there working their ass off, trying to improve and trying to change the world for the better, and trying to leave something better than they had it before they showed up. If that makes any sense. Just I saw that. I watch a lot of podcasts, and I tell you what, that's never been a truer statement. I'm trying to keep it G-rated, right? But again, if someone's talking shit in the background, that's because they don't understand. And if you're being hurt or harnessed or taken aback by a person talking crap in the background, then you're not working hard enough definitively on changing the planet for the better anyway. It's pretty good. Well, it's I don't even have the words, to look at that. As an overthinker for so long, I overthought every detail and every aspect, and I worried about everything that every person, like somebody made a comment, you're a crappy coach, or you're doing this crap, and I felt bad about that. But I'm here to tell you that since I started to put me first a little bit, and started to put my nose to the grindstone, I don't have time for that, right? The reason they're doing that is because they're not going anywhere. They don't understand the scope and sequence of what it takes to be a coach, or what it takes to be a teacher, or what it takes to be a person who has higher goals and aspirations than they do. And people can take whatever they want from that statement. And that's okay. Another thing that I've learned over the course since I've kind of put me first is there going to be people out there that are going to say that hey, you're egotistical, or you're all about just yourself and not others, which could not be further from the truth, to be honest with you, because I love people, I love the world, I love making a difference. I'm just not going to worry about, what they're going to contemplate or what they're going to say. Another thing that, over the years that I've noticed and I've understood, at least a little better as I've gotten a little bit older. I don't know whether I've gotten wiser or I've just gotten hardened a little bit, but what's crazy is you're going to find in life that when you're passionate about something and you're trying to make a difference and you're trying to push things forward, and you're trying to create your own brand, that you're, believe it or not, the people out there that are going to help promote you the most are not necessarily in your circle, which is a little bit crazy to me. Isn't it? Wouldn't it be nice if we were so if we were more interested in really trying to push people into a positive direction and love to see them win, that we're going to continuously try to share their stuff and share their story and help them over the hump. Because I've done that over the years. You know, I've had several of my friends over the years that have won, and it's exciting, man. I applaud in the background. Have you ever though? Have you ever thought this? And I would be remiss if I didn't say that I hadn't done this. All right, in the past, I'd be full of crap. Where you're like, man, I hope they lose. It's the worst kind of thing that you can possibly do in your brain, because it's going to set you up for failure. If you look at the world, right? What you give into the world is what you're going to receive, right? There's several even biblical passages. You know, what you reap, you're going to sow. So if you're going to constantly, you know what I mean, knock people down, not pull people up, not applaud when they're winning, that eventually you're going to find yourself alone in a dark room at a low point in your life. You're going to be like, damn, what could I have done to be different? Well, the problem is again, what you reap is what you sow. And you know what, this go around, I'm going to be different. I hope everybody fosters success or finds a passion in life that's going to lead them to their life that they only could have imagined in their freaking dreams. That's important. That's extremely important, especially when you want to look at changing your life. When you want to look at being able to really, really harness the energy to make the world a better place, is you got to forgive. You got to forgive. And you got to root those, because every moment in our life, right? It's, we're on God's path. You know, whatever we're going to do on, I'm going to get up in the morning, I'm going to go to work. Okay. Something could happen along the way. Okay. That's kind of the path that God has put me on. And I'll tell you what, all the bitching and moaning that I've done over the years, and said, woe is me, has caused a lot of negative things to happen in my life. What you reap is what you sow, man. And again, kind of back to my statement. If you got friends out there that are doing maybe better than you, if you want to compare them, because most of us that are working our ass off, we're not worried about comparing ourselves with others, and we shouldn't be worried about comparing ourselves with others to begin with, because God made us in our image, and we're to find out our role in life. We all won one race. I can hear maybe a couple people, laugh and chatter when it comes to that stuff. But, the sourpuss Chuck is gone. And I wish nothing more than success for everyone out there. And if you got a friend, again, that's working their butts off and are doing those things, then help them reach the top of the mountain. That's important. It's going to be a busy week. Excited. Going to be busy though. Again, on my days off, I'm going to be door dashing after work and doing those sorts of things. And again, blood, sweat, and tears, man. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that I bring you as much quality and as much engaging content as I can. And these kids at Fort Madison, or any other school district for that matter in our region,